Hi there! Hey everyone, welcome back, and as you can see we have a lovely array of Picconeemos. So we're in for another comparison video. I was hoping for this video to be coming out a lot earlier, but stuff happened and I didn't get the bodies I wanted. Mainly the male bodies. But okay. Yeah. Okay. So starting off, I'm just going to say I've found the Azone online store. I've been looking for years and I finally found it. And on the Azone online store, the existence of the older Picconeemo bodies are pretty much not there. They have some limited, never seen things like the white-haired Picconeemo head for the S size. I've never seen that, but they're advertising that on their website. But yeah, these bodies are nowhere to be found. But I have seen that the reinforced joints body was re-released as just a Picconeemo body, so it's probably they're phasing out the old bodies. Okay. And there are some bodies that I definitely willing to be reviewing, so don't hope for it. It's mainly the older type bodies with the mega bust, the newer type bodies with the LL or triple L bust, and the newer Picconeemo D and Picconeemo D sister bodies. Mainly because I find those two ugly, that unaffordable, and I have no interest in that at the moment. Okay, so let's put the older girls aside for now, since we already went through them. So, when the reinforced joints body came out, they came with extra hands, and they came with a neck adapter piece made for the doll heads. These pegs are intended for these heads, like the salt lily figures and the Piccodanchi and whatnot. But they came with extra hands. On the re-release, they did not come with extra hands, but still came with the triangular neck peg for the doll heads. You can buy the hands separately, just like the older bodies. And as usual, they come in flesh or white. I did neglect to mention last time that for this reinforced joints body, because the feet can't go forward too much, it sometimes makes balancing the doll a bit difficult. And when she's wearing clothes, you have to struggle even more. Anyway, now to compare the S size body and the M body. So it's pretty much all the same sculpting, it's just certain parts that are taller. The first part that is taller is the midsection. It's about 4 mm taller. Next part is the thighs, which is about 3 mm taller. And then the calves, which is about 4 mm taller as well. Other than that, it doesn't have this lip at the back that makes arcing the back difficult. There. Like that. So other than that, they are exactly the same. Oh, and the normal Picconeemos come with green packaging. This body also came with green packaging, and their heads come with blue packaging. Just a reminder, this is flesh and this is white. I wonder if you can see the color difference with the plastic. I have not yet got any of the boy bodies, but I do want some, so that will eventually happen. A few years ago, not too long ago, we got Picconeemo P. If you're familiar with Picconeemo P, or if you're familiar with sugar cups, you'll know what I'm talking about. Although sugar cups have different heads with inset eyes. The biggest problem I have with these, that in any online store, the heads are marketed as Mini Picconeemo head, which, like this, you can see is not the most compatible. Especially since the Picconeemo P's have 3 skin tones: milky white, tan, and light tan, and naturally, well, not naturally, white. So I've seen some unfortunate people who got the wrong heads with the wrong bodies because they are labeled badly. Anyway, so Picconeemo P light tan is a nice light brown. Yes, the heads are very squishy. We have an ear hole there, and you have to open up the neck holes on your own, and you have to use quite a bit of force to add the neck in there, and it's not even in there yet. So their heads and their hands come separately, and they also have the triangular neck piece for the doll heads, although because of this raised part, it can work just fine for the doll heads as well, but it will be much harder to remove if you need to change the head or something. And then we have milky white, which is a super pale color. If you talk in terms of fabric, it kind of looks like an off-white. I'm not sure how well the difference shows on camera, but there is a big difference. Let's put this one away for now. And actually you're already familiar with the white skin tone. Okay. So let's put you on temporarily, and we will compare. Okay, so the head is still not completely on, but if it is completely on, the posability would be a bit more limited. So all the way forward, all the way back, and 360 degrees rotation. We only have one joint in the torso, and it's at the hip, but we have some major side-to-side movement. Okay, well, twisting movement. No, nothing back, and a slight slouch forward. The only problem I can say with the sculpting is that the chest is weirdly low, or that might just be me. The head also has a somewhat sharp features, but it's still cute and round looking. The shoulders are on a ball hinge with a cap, just like any other Picconeemo. This will up and 360 degrees. The shoulder is cut at an angle, so the arms can't go too much inward when forward, but can easily touch each other backward. The elbows is on a wrist ball hinge. We have a more than 90 degree bend on the right side and nothing on the other side. We do have a small bit of rotation at the elbow. Because of the sculpting, it's quite limited. Okay, hand is on a ball hinge as well, side to side, all around. Okay, so that would be technically be down and up. Okay, so up and down, almost 90 degrees. So the legs, we have a cut, well, a shape here that we can help us sit quite well. It's perfect 90 degrees, a slight split and slightly backward, well, not that slight backward. We have a mobility joint at the thigh that can go 360 degrees, and then we have another ball hinge at the knee, very slight rotation but more than 90 degree bend. The ankles all the way forward, which is more than this body. All the way back, very nice point, without the feet falling off, and 360 degrees. You also have a slight twist at pivot at the ankle, but it's not very significant. So sculpting wise again, the hands are quite cute and chubby. We have a belly button and cute feet. The proportions are more akin to the Picconeemo D body and looks quite similar aesthetically. I have seen a pre-order opening in the last few days for a Picconeemo sister body with the Picconeemo P hands. So by that theory, because the hands are so small, they are a bit hard to remove, and the pigs are nice and thick. Okay, so in theory they have the same size joint. There we go. It's just that because the hand's so small, it's not going to fit on here, and that looks quite funky. Let's give Erin now her hand back. So Picconeemo P is quite the standard edition, and then they definitely stand out for their unique coloring, and they are quite cute. I'm still thinking of how to customize these two, but hopefully that won't take too long on my list of never-ending projects. Now the newest additions to the Picconeemo line is Picconeemo R, which is only about 3-4 months, well, about 3 months since they went up for pre-order. And we have the S type, the M type and the G type. M type is taller and with a much larger bust, and the G type is exaggerated on all accounts. I'll put up a picture. It's like, I'm curious about what it looks like in real life, but I really don't want it. I'm not going to ever use it. It's worse than the LL busts of these bodies. Anyway, so Picconeemo R has pink packaging. Nice, I like pink. And the S type and the normal Picconeemo newer body is the same height. And even though the bust shape is quite different, the bust circumference is the same. It just looks different because of the proportions. I'll put up a picture of both of them wearing the same shirt, so you can get a bit of a feel for how different they are. If it was the M type, which is more endowed, then I don't think it'll fit. Anyway, what's unfortunate is that we did not get our triangular peg. This type of peg with this body for doll heads, which is very curious because this isn't going to work with this type of head. So yeah, also didn't come with extra hands, and I'll get to the hands in a bit. Okay. So the biggest difference between them is their sculpting. So from the bottom, the feet are smaller and more dainty, and definitely sculpted quite different. Okay. Let's see if we can get that on screen. Anyway, the feet are definitely more shapely. The calves are slightly thicker at the bottom, but at the top they look the same. First big difference is the thighs. They are very meaty. They will not be sharing tight pants. Okay, then the crotch piece We have a much lower cut for the leg holes, probably for aesthetic reasons, but then why would they leave that gap? Anyway. And we have some quite defined hip bones. And the back is not much different, or maybe a slightly deeper groove in the butt crack. And the plastic pieces come together differently. Okay, the middle. So the waist is definitely more shapely. We have a belly button. At the back we have the indent, and it doesn't just look like a bean. The bust, the biggest difference. We have a smaller rib cage, which makes the breasts look bigger, and they are a much nicer shape. They look like breasts, not just points. On the back we have the same kind of defining of the shoulder blades, and the, what's it called? The collarbones are more defined. The neck looks really slightly bigger. Okay. The upper arm looks pretty much the same, but the lower arm is sculpted differently and is really also slightly bigger. The hands are sculpted quite differently as well. They look more relaxed and not so dainty, which I'm fine with dainty hands, but this is supposed to be the normal hands they come with. And they're not very natural. These are definitely more natural looking. That's for the sculpting. So for posing, the neck is the same, the shoulders would be the same, more or less the same. You can go up slightly higher, and the way the shoulders, because of the smaller, the way the upper torso is made, the cuts go deeper at the back, but the angle is a bit different, so the arms are a bit closer to the torso when you're going to the front. Elbow is a ball hinge with some slight rotation, more than 90-degree bend, but not as much as the other body. The wrist, all the way that way, and all the way back, and 360 degrees rotation. Posing is slightly bit less than the reinforced body, but also almost 90-degree bend and almost 90-degree bend. The upper torso is slightly more posing, and then the lower torso also slightly bit more, but it's not easy to use them together, and it's a bit harder to get her to touch her toes compared to this body. So although individually the torso looks like it poses more, it poses less, but that's mainly because of the thighs. Like I said, she's got some meaty thighs, so normal body can go 90 degrees, and technically this body can also do 90 degrees, but they are definitely limited by the thick thighs and the lower cut panty line. Now we have a much lower cut mobility joint, or thigh swivel, but it works the same. The knee is not much different, slightly less bend and slight rotation. The ankle can go up way much more and go down, and can go down a bit less. And here you can see how small the feet look. Okay. Now the hands. One of the reasons why I'm unhappy that they didn't come with extra hands is because, okay, let's do it this way. These pigs are different, which is good because this body's biggest complaint was that the hands and feet fall off. But when you're looking at it like this, the pigs are thinner and much more fragile. And it's possible that the inside of the hand looks different from the inside of this hand. Which brings me to another point. They did not sell extra hands to go with this body. So, yeah. We don't have extra hands for this body because the joint is different. But honestly, a better design choice would have just been to make the joint longer instead of making it the life more difficult when you're moving it. Okay, so let's just check. Let's just see. It doesn't go in completely. So, yeah, there is a possibility of using the normal hands, but it's not a perfect fit. And the fact that the feet didn't pop off when I was posing her means that the feet probably also has that type of joint. Which is honestly, despite having gripes about changing hands, it's good that they don't drop and fall off everywhere. It's like limbs falling everywhere. So, am I going to get the M type? I don't know. I don't have a character in mind that's so busty. And G type, although I'm actually really curious about how that looks in real life. No thanks. I'm not going to use it for anything. Anyway, so there you have it. Some more Picconeemo bodies and some Picconeemo info. And yeah, I want to customize them all. Honestly, this one I might just either customize it into Adam Walker, it's my boy, or one of my own characters called Moon. But I am working on I have a half finished custom Figma in a box that's been in a box for almost 10 years that I need to finish. Anyway, what's your favorite body? Do you like the range of the reinforced joints body? Or do you like the height of the M-size body? Or do you like the aesthetics of the Picconeemo R? Or do you like the chibi Picconeemo P? The old school Picconeemo S or Picconeemo D? Which do you like most? Anyway, I need some suggestions for clothes to tie. I do have some new outfits from some other dolls that I want to tie in a dress up, well, in a video comparing clothes. But yeah, I need some more suggestions. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching and stay tuned for the next time I get more Picconeemo bodies and share. Have a nice day. Bye bye.